Hello and welcome to my stream. My name is Little and today I'm sorry I just started the stream and I am getting I have the feeling I have to cough. Okay, let me start over. Hello and welcome to my stream. My name is Little and today I'm going to continue reading Homestuck. And before I start, I have to say I have really a lot of fun doing this. It's really something else to just go and read the webcomic with you guys and see you react to it. Okay, so with no further ado, let me drink something more. Now let's start reading. We left off with John. John, make your way up those stairs, post-haste. You are not sure, they look pretty precarious to you, but you've been assured the stairs are perfectly navigable. Let's scrub. I was thinking he would go there slowly, not like this. Lousy goddamn stupid stairs. Hey, the Colonel's just like a book is here. And there's an imp. Dave, ignore little Cal and find the beta. We wander over to the place where your bro keeps the sweet turntable gear. Man, that setup is sweet. You feel pangs of jealousy whenever you walk by it. Really cool jealousy, so. Like the kind where instead of getting all worked up about it, you don't actually give a shit. One of your brother's red and extremely expensive ninja swords is missing, so you know this drill all too well. Troubles are brewing. Dave, take expensive ninja sword. What sword? Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Dave, exit your bro's room. You approach the exit. There's something on the door you haven't seen before. Looks like one of your bro's ironic comics he left for you to check out. Yeah, I see little color suddenly here. What have I done? Animal, please start breathing. Oh god, please, breathe. Haha, okay, make-believe time is over. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. What will Nanny do to me if she finds out? No one can ever know. I have to hide the body, but where? Think imagination. Ah, it's the one time I really need you. Click. Hello, Wolf. I want to play a game. I want to play a game. This is kinda a song for it, isn't it? He's whipping it in half. Okay, some of the stuff you know he's just leaving around to get under your skin. This is obviously another ploy in his relentless siege of one-upmanship to get your goat. The same goat you've been meaning to bleed like, ironically, but that will still have to wait for a more appropriate time. You think he knows that deep down you feel like you're still not ironic enough to get stuff like this, and this is probably some weird gauntlet he's throwing down to see if you will get it. But honestly, you think this material is just a little too ironic. You just don't need to see this shit right now. Dave, go into the kitchen. No sign of Bro in here either. Well, aside from the absurd quantity of awesome dangerous stuff he leaves lying around. Yeah, I see the fireworks and the ninja stars and... Why do you have all the stuff in your home as a 13-year-old? Dave, transfer katana to Thrive Specibus. With an escalating sense of dread, you think it's time you shift 9 your katana, 9 to your Specibus. You figure it's better to free up the card anyway, since you might need to grab some of this stuff. Dave, set blender to mix. You guys bros took some fate blood capsules, and that puppet pretty gross. Yeah, I can see you. I can see you, Panda, hello. And yeah, my chat is always, I don't know. My chat is always like reconnecting and I have no clue why it's doing this if I'm using the Twitch pop-out chat. Okay, we have seen enough Muppet torture, so let's move on. Okay, this isn't even subtle anymore, this is a sort of offense. You spot one of your bros many webcams nearby recording the incident. It seems you may have just been an inviting accessory to some sort of grisly puppet snuff film. You're not totally sure how you feel about that. What just happened? Okay, he decapitated the camera. Dave, capture log Buster Sword from behind microwave. Oh yeah, it's a Buster Sword from Final Fantasy 14. 14 I say. Oh, Final Fantasy 14 is all on my mind lately from Final Fantasy 7. This might be the only thing in the whole apartment that's a bigger piece of shit than your own sword. You put it back behind the microwave where it belongs. Dave, set blender to crush ice. It's just sort of bouncing around in there. You are making a bit of a mess now. Dave, hide evidence in microwave. There are a lot of puppets in there. See, like, his hobbies are cool and all, and you guess he's got to put his shit somewhere, but what if you just wanted to heat up a burrito or something? This kitchen is pretty much useless. Dave, grab those fireworks. You capture log all the fireworks. 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals to 15 divided to 10 equals to 5. The sink has to offer. You just know these are going to come in handy. Why would they be in the sink if they weren't? Looks like one of them is still stuck in the garbage disposal. Dave, capture log shurikens. You grab the shurikens, 5, and hey, careful where you are putting stuff, especially if you are looking to turn your Silodex into a powder keg full of sharp things. Yeah, this was close. You put the box of fireworks 3 back into card 5 and prepare to start off, or card 3 apparently, that's all said, you guess. Dave, take Nunchaku. You take the Nunchaku 3 once again, grabbing without thinking ahead. You remember how Silodex worked, right? He has to make up words for it, and whatever it equals to is going into the numbered card. So if something is at the same number, it's getting rejected. First, you capture log the box 5 again, while adeptly avoiding the shuriken trap which you yourself said only moments ago. You dodge. You again round up all the fireworks. Time to regroup here. Dave, capture log each shuriken individually. You grab each shuriken tree one at a time, knocking out those nunchaku. But no worries, you've got a plan. Dave, capture log nunchucks. You take the nunchuck 6. Everything seems to be in order now. It would have been better to go with the authentic Japanese names for each weapon, but sometimes you've just got to compromise with this modus. I see little Cal again. Dave, examine fetch modus. You flip over your fetch modus and check out the back. You're not really sure where it is you are keeping this thing. Oh well, who cares? Dave, press eject button. Oh hell no, not after all the trouble you went through to get that stuff situated. This is potentially a very dangerous button. Dave, change to Scrabble Points hash modus. Changing hash function will eject Silodex. Are you sure? First, you program your modus with a Scrabble Points hash function, adding it to the list. A1, B3, C3, I'm not reading all of this. This might be a cool function to use, but it looks like you'll have to empty your Silodex to select it. You are just not gonna do that yet. No way. Dave, check the box, detect collisions. Okay. Dave, take the skateboard. And just what is this guy so happy about? What's he looking at up there? You think if you see one more soft bulbous button being like kind of jutting out and impudent or whatever, you are gonna fly off the handle. The nose is off. You take the skateboard 6. Actually, no you don't. A collision has been detected. You take the wheeled white 7. Man, your inventory's nomenclature is getting lamer by the minute. Dave, capture log the unplugged power cord. You take the power cord 5. Wait, no, not going to work. Dave, think of a new word for power cord. You take the battery pack 8. Damn it. You take the battery pack 9. Using the Y as a consonant. Your Silodex reluctantly accepts. It's a tactic notoriously employed by hashmat noobs, but you just don't care about that now. Besides, it's not like your bro is around to see. I actually think his bro is around. Dave, search for some mad snakes, yo, as a jump scare. Oh, it was just little Cal again. You can never stay mad at him. Anyway, you've got to get this way rude hunger under control. You figure you ought to scope the fridge for some grub. This hunger is so ill-mannered it would make a room full of snorty dowagers commit mass suicide. Dave, open the refrigerator. Oh god, more shitty thoughts. Of course you knew these were in here. You're not even sure why you looked. If you want to keep any food or beverages in this apartment, you pretty much got no choice but to hide stuff away in your closet. Dave, take thoughts. The hell with it, you try to take the entire jumble of unbelievably shitty thoughts and brace yourself for, looks like it works actually, too. You capture the jumble of unbelievable shitty thoughts. Dave, use ice maker, it's still hot around here. What is with this house? Yeah, I know you're asking the real questions. You dispense several cherry bombs. Hello, Steak, hallo, schön dich zu haben. Wait, who's that looking at you in the reflection? Hey, little Cal. Where'd the little dude scamper off to this time? Dave, capture log cherry bombs. You go for the cherry bombs 9 unsuccessfully. After mulling it over a bit, you take the wet cervical salutes 1. Dave, take blender. Blender 2 is a pretty simple word and you can already tell that's not going to work. Instead you take the whirling blade pitcher 4. That's really a much better name for it anyway, you think. Dave, activate garbage disposal. With the fireworks in it? Well, I guess it wasn't lighted. Or lit. Dave, stuff down Mr. Purple Guy into the garbage disposal. You are still not sure what he's so happy about or what he's looking at up there. While you are at it, you dump the contents of the blender, whirling blade pitcher, into the disposal, but you suffer an unfortunate garbage disposal head jam. You notice something in the reflection, something above you. Dave, look up. Hello, Dave. It's a head to the scroll space above your apartment. Bro's always tucking away in there when he's busting out his red stealth stunts. He's so slick the dangling cord never even jostles. You just know he's being ironic with these word mind games. There's no way anyone could be serious about aping those shitty movies. Dave, use the turntables and cinder blocks to make a 4. Oh, we are going Saw. Yes, we are going Saw. Okay, this is pretty fun. It's a pretty sweet fort you just made, and you're pretty sure your brother would agree. Under different circumstances, you might be high-fiving over it right now. But rather than get inside and take her for a spin, you really just need to use it to get up to that hatch. It sucks to be small if you're still a child. Dave, yank cord. It's time to face your destiny. No going back now. Waiting butts. It's raining butts. Yeah, there was pretty much no way there wasn't going to be a bunch of puppets in there. Okay, wait, hold on. Why am I getting the stupid game for you? You are the one who should be wrist deep in puppet ass. What is the specific problem? The problem is I'm up to my goddamn neck in fucking puppet dong. You know you like the mannequin dick. Accept it. I'm involved in chafing, wiggling god-fucking damn puppet pelvis. An obscenely long, coarse Kermit cock is being dragged across my engaged face. Let's put this into perspective. You put up with a putted prostate because you love it. Although coarse is a good word. You don't seem to harbor any sympathy for the fact that I've burrowed fuck deep into lively fluffy muppet buttock. I'm whirling in the terrible cyclone at the epicenter of my own personal holocaust of twitching foam noses. It's like a fucking apocalypse of perky folks cobus here, like the Calypse, I guess. Are you going to start rapping about this? What? No, listen. From her flesh bereft of foam, found the last twixt the cleft of foam. No, oh Jesus, of apocalypse you sought the clips, painted pair of parted lips, that dares to kiss to stir the air, the teased tufts of orange hair, and so those face flushed in lovers fits, hands snug and blush as gloves befit. Okay, Dickinson, if you can shut your perfumery trap for a half second, that's as serious, I'm just saying. If I see one more soft bulbous bottom being like kind of jutting out and impudent or whatever, I'm gonna fly off the handle. I'm gonna do some sort of acrobatic fucking period off the handle and win like a medal or some shit. Then let's hope there will be a squishy area somewhere below the handle to break your fall. Dave reads the note on the hatch. First, hello nostalgia, and second, I was reading it again because there have been 2 weeks between the last time, and it's just too good to not read again. I will admit that I love this part. Yeah, and now you got the context about this pestalog. Whoa, woof, now, Winkle, we are doing it, man. We are making this happen. Dave burst out of the puppet pie like the one. This wasn't with the puppets. Dave, be the other guy. John? Yes. You are now the other guy. Look, he has quite a few of these. What were these again? John, take towels and sheets from bed and make a tent. This is so much fun. A huge waste of time, yes, but so much fun. John, carve a totem with a punched pogo card. What's the Rose doing? You put the punched card containing the pogo right in the slot and carve a totem from one of the Crooksy Devils. We are in the rooms a lot, Omelette. John, repeat process with other cards and devils. Do I pronounce this right? Dowel or the dowel? You use the card containing the code for the hammer as well as the one with the random code you punched over the shaving cream card for the hell of it. You carve the respective totems for the cards. John, do same thing with Captulo card. You make a totem for a Captulo card. Pretty bare bones looking totem, if you ask you. Rose, collect totems. You stow the totems in your Athenaeum. Rose, produce Captulo card. Yeah, it's good that you are here then, because I'm reading it in order. A lot of them, The Alchemitter requires 1 unit of any type of quiz to produce 1 card. You decide to use shales, and it seems less generally useful than build quiz as of now. You make a whole bunch of them. Pretending to be a wing in a pillow cave sounds so fun. What, did you just make all these? Yes, sweet, thanks. What did you do with all the blue wobbly waste looking things? I brought the totems out to the Alchemitter to test them. I'm taking some things into my own hands to save some time. Okay. You create a hammer at the expense of 2 units of build quest. You make a pogo Y2, -5 build, 1 shale. You use the totem carved with a random code. You create a rocket pack with some random crap stuck inside it. Looks like a cinder block, a violin, and a flower pot. The items have rendered the device completely inoperable. Of course, pillow forts will be a requirement. So the only one who can all houses has to have a huge house, I guess. Or we have to rent something. You figure you might as well put this piece of junk to use. This was a museum. John, collect cards. Using a little strategy, first you grab Harry Anderson's Wise Guy, my Mike Caveney, send the cards, send your Jack PDA, send the book again to flush the cards into your deck. Nice going. Yeah, let's watch Skiff again. This was nice, yes. John, turn on detect collisions. You flip your fetch mode, but find no such option. This is idiotic. John, read book, be the wise guy. So I'm not reading this all. You never really understood what Caveney's relation to Anderson was, or why he wrote this book about him. His ambivalent attitude toward your favorite magician and these anecdotes always struck you as a little weird. And to be honest, you tend not to read much of the text in the book. You mostly like to look at the diagrams for all the cool tricks. A hole in the ace. The a-hole trick. Oh yeah, that's right. The old hole in the ace trick. Interestingly enough, pertaining to punching holes in cards and making them disappear and stuff. Your hands were never really strong enough to make this one work all that well either. But actually, this gives you an idea. You overlap two of the punched cards. They mask each other's holds pattern. John, put both cards in totem lace. You carve another totem using the new compiled hold pattern. John, take it to the alchemitter. Oh man, looks like both made like a million hammers for some reason. Get all the shit out of the way, you're about to make something sweet. Nice. You got the pogo hammer! John, practice with new weapon. Boing, 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 boing. I love the face with the imp. What did you do? I combined the cards and the lace thingy and made this. It is so sweet, man. Look at me go. I see. That was a really good idea, John. Nice work. Thanks. I got the idea from Harry Anderson. Who? You know the show Night Court? No. Oh, well, bottom line is, he's awesome. That's really all there is to say on the matter. John attacks an ear with him to test Pogo Hammer's strength. You get a wish. You get a vicious physic bouncing combo going, easily slay the imp in one blow. You and the Pogo White are catapulted sky high in the process. I love the boinks. I know what weapon I want now. Even though it can catapult you sky high. Oh, there it came down. And there's John. Sweet catch. Ah. Thank you, Rose. These don't seem to be moving images, so we just look. Oh, there seems to be a big one. Another one. Rose, pester John. Hey, that was a pretty nice sweet catch. Safe. Oh, yeah, that. This is pretty comfy. Why don't you just like carry the bed around with me on it? Up to the gate up there. I can't interact with you directly or anything that you are touching if it will result in moving you. C.O. Lame. The game probably regards that as a kind of cheating. In a way, thieving you of your free will as an adventurer and the need to advance by your own skill and ingenuity. The server player is just a facilitator. Well, okay. All this going around kind of wore me out. I think I'm going to rest here for a bit. Rose, can you keep the imps at bay, like drop some stuff on them if they sneak too close? No, you should pick up your hammer and defend yourself. What? Come on. I have no idea what the hell Dave is up to or if he's any closer to recovering the game. There's some stuff I'd like to try in case he doesn't come through. Oh, alright, I'm just gonna rest my eyes here a second so. John, sleep. This is a little loud. There's a name you have to recognize. Rose, check Alchemy Excursus. Looks like a sort of index documenting all the known results for punch card alchemy combinations. This could be a convenient resource as you start to stumble on more useful card combinations, but ever since John started punching cards, you've been contemplating other ways this item manufacturing system could be put to use. In particular, if you obtain the code for any item at your disposal, you think you could theoretically send the code to John and he could make it himself. That is, if you can think of anything that would be worth sending to him. Both. Capture Look Separate Server CD. That's gonna rest my eyes for a second. I've heard that one before, yeah. In Homestuck, sleeping is a little different. I can say this, but you will see. You will check the disk and capture logs the server CD. Rose, message John the capture code. This is looking kinda cool. Slap. Oh god damn it. The game really doesn't like cheating. Oh god, the fire is really close. Oh no, the generator is off. Facepalm 2 combo. Nee, 2 times you're saying this, right? John, wake up. The PDA is beeping. And there's an imp behind him. And also, what was this strange dream? Hey! Wow, there you are! How's your adventure going, John? It's okay, I'm making some progress and Rose finally connected again, so she is helping me now. That's good! Oh, but like, I don't think I'm actually saving the world here. I don't know what I'm really accomplishing, but I guess it's not that. Well, I think whatever it is, it must be pretty important. Don't lose hope, John. I think it will all turn out for the best if you stay positive. Just keep listening to your grandmother's advice. Yeah, you're probably right, but I don't think I mentioned Nana to you, did I? Oh, I don't know, didn't you? I don't know, maybe you talked to Rose or Dave about it or something. Yeah, maybe that was it. They are really weird when they talk to me about you, like they are always trying and convince me you have some spooky powers, but I'm always like, no, she seems like a pretty regular girl to me. But then, when I think back, maybe there are times when it seems like you know some things, like maybe you know more about the things than you are telling me. I don't know. Oh well, John, I want to explain lots of things to you. Some things that I know, I'm just waiting. Waiting for what? Oh, John, I forgot I was messaging you about that meteor that fell near my house. Oh yeah, whatever happened with that? Oh boy, well, it turns out I was confused about it. Really confused. See, I guess I fell asleep for a while and lost track of time. That happens. Yeah, no, tell me about it. Maybe you should, like, wear an alarm clock or something. So what was the deal with the meteor? Well, it's hard to explain, but I know what it is now. And now I know everything's going to be okay. So what is it? Or is this just another thing you're waiting to tell me? Oh gosh, John, I really want to tell you all the stuff, but I can't yet. I really think you need to wake up first, huh? Well, okay, not literally. Well, okay, maybe kinda literally. Arg, stop being so confusing, lol. Anyway, time for you to go, John. I think you have some company. Garden Gnostic sees pestering ectobiologist at... we don't know. John quickly grabs the pogo hammer. You stick the pogo hammer back in your trispecibus and get ready to kill some more of these pesky little... Huh? What's that? The big ones. Big ones are coming. Tentacle therapist sees pestering ectobiologist at... and we still don't know the time. Rose, why aren't you dropping something on that thing? Oh no! Green text girl is interesting. Yeah, we don't know her name. Let's just call her Gigi for now. John, be the imp. You be the imp and quickly abscond the fuck out of there. This is what weekly adversaries do whenever things get too hot to handle, which is frequently. John, prepare for a boss battle. You stop being the imp because it was stupid and scurry over to your magic chest that you suddenly remembered was on the roof. There are some things in here that would be good to stock up on for a major battle. But it looks like someone has plundered your chest. This is so outrageous. They are so big. You are being ambushed. There isn't much room to maneuver on the sloping roof. Maybe you should consider making your way to higher ground. John, ascend to the highest point of the house. You go up there. I love how he's doing the boing, boing, boing. John, look down. You peek over the edge. It's a wrong one. It's a wrong one. And he's confused. It already seems like a long way down to your yard, not even to speak of whatever's below. Weren't your trick handcuffs dangling from the branch earlier? Damn it, why do imps got to be making off with all your sweet gear? John, turn around. Oh, I didn't want to say her name yet, but okay. Yeah, she's called Jade. Crude ogre. Both of them. You are confronted with a pair of enormous foes. This is it. You have no choice but to wage a fierce rooftop battle. This is totally going to happen now, and could in no way conceivably be interrupted by the sudden shift in our attention. It's go time. It's time to do this thing. We are doing it, man. We are making this happen. Dave, stop being the other guy. No problem. We will have learned it pretty soon anyway. You stop being the other guy. You're not even sure what that meant anyway. Dave, ascend to the highest point of the building. Okay, I admit, this animation that's now coming was convincing me that Homestuck is actually good. You can make an animation with this epic music that actually syncs to the music, and still telling me Homestuck is nothing but a cringe web comic. Okay, let's move on. You are now the wayward vagabond. WV, which we got them already. WV, examine rotten pumpkin. What pumpkin? WV, check the little wet bar. It appears to be a gorge for a large power cell, perhaps fueled by some type of nuclear reaction. If this is the case, it is relatively low in fuel, but who knows how long it has been running here. You do not care about this sort of nonsense, and you will discard it at once. You are very hungry. WV, Captulog can of gravy. Captulog? You have no idea what it means. It is total nonsense, and you do not know what to make of it. You will not give the foolish notion a second thought. WV, pick up the can of gravy. Just pick it up. You just pick it up. You're now holding the can of gravy. WV, use sharp teeth to poke a hole in the lid of the can. Your teeth are useless for the task. They are blunt like that of livestock, presumably suitable for mashing up plant matter and not for puncturing metal. WV, attempt to open can with your weak, prosthetic digits. Your weak, prosthetic digits are not strong enough to penetrate the can. Your fingers are certainly pointy enough and your black carapace is suitable rigid, but you just don't have enough muscle for the task. WV, take the can labeled beans. Okay, you take that too. WV, examine can of custard. If your first time viewer is now wondering what this is all about, I promise this is all important to the plot. The can clearly means mustard, a fact of which you were perfectly well aware. It is sort of cumbersome holding all these cans at once. You doubt you can hold many more than this. Maybe one or two. You'll need to find something to put stuff in if you want to carry a lot of things around. WV, examine marking on wrist. You drop all the cans and take a look at your wrist. It is sort of specialized barcode pattern. This brings back unpleasant memories and you would prefer not to dwell on it. WV, examine the small potted plant. What plant? He's eating everything. Thank you, Panda. But I admit, in the first 4 acts, Homestuck is jumping back and forth a lot. WV, checkbook on human etiquette. It appears half the pages of this book have been eaten. The daunting volume is considerably lighter than it once was. So you probably already figured out that this is the person who was talking to John. Oh, this consumes it. What thing? Yes, pretty much. You are somewhat skeptical about the nutritional value contained by these pages. However, of the practical wisdoms that contain, there can be little doubt. You have learned so much. WV, clear out all the cans inside the purple machine. You empty the peculiar cabinet and take a quick inventory of your canned goods. You have beans, mustard, gravy, bread, shrimp, asparagus, cheese, rice, corn, peas, flour, chestnuts, mayo, ham, potatoes, and squash. Such bountiful plenty, and yet the delights taunt you from within their small metal prisons. WV, search room for can opener. You have already looked all over the place for a can opener, even making a few electronic inquiries about one to no avail. Nothing else inside the purple thing either. WV, locate a nearby sharp object. You wield your trusty knife. It is actually, you're not sure what they are called. It's an old rusted one of those red mailbox arm-swing floppy doodads. Either for letting you know there's mail in the box or maybe for alerting the mailman to outgoing mail to be collected. You don't know, really. You've wrapped a little piece of cloth around it for the grip. It is useless for opening cans. WV, be the imp. This means nothing to you. You are not an imp. You have no idea what an imp is, and you will not entertain such frivolous and childish ideas ever again. You feel stupid and hate yourself a little for even considering it. WV, become the mayor of Cantown. As the glorious founder and mayor of Cantown, you erect a dignified, majestic city hall out of cans. Fittingly capped off with a tome of good manners for the roof. You have given yourself a very official and important-looking mayoral sash made of old cables to complete your look of authority. A number of other civic-minded citizens cans gather in front of the building to offer adulation to their fair and magnanimous leader. All is well. I'm always so glad to see you have fun. Yeah, when it goes completely silly mode, it is because the readers were shaping the story. You immerse yourself in this beautiful dream as you whittle away the minutes or perhaps hours. You love the idea of being a mayor, you love everything about mayors and the concept of an orderly civil democracy. It all seems so mannerly and reasonable to you. Everyone is friendly and happy, and the city runs like clockwork. The foundation of the government is based on mutual respect between the leader and its people. It is also built on having a really great mayor that everyone loves, who is totally amazing and heroic and brave. Mayors are so much better than kings. You hate kings, and you think kings are really stupid. They are petty, bossy tyrants, and are really full of themselves and are basically awful in every way. God, do you hate kings? WV, explore west of Cantown. Over here is the other side of the room. There's another one of those purple storage boxes and some useless objects scattered on the floor. WV, use glowing green rock to open cans. Isn't this a piece of uranium? You pick up the nugget of uranium and... Oh, that was so stupid. Why would you do that? WV, examine box of crayons. This guy is indestructible if you can just eat uranium. It's chalk, nuts. Inside the box there are 12 pieces of chalk in every color of the 10 pieces of chalk, in most colors of the rainbow. You're excited by this. Which one did he eat? The green ones. WV, try to open the storage box. It's locked. There must be some sort of release mechanism for this thing. WV, examine contents of yellow container. The container is full of motor oil. This does not seem useful to you right now. WV, rescue that pure lightning bug. There is nothing you can do for this new little friend. Attempting to crush the ember encasing the firefly would likely cause it harm. Nevertheless, bravely flashes on. You find its light alluring, inspiring. To you, it seems as if it could quite easily serve as a light of democracy. WV, use a chalk to draw some roads. You get your hands on a network of sprawling thoroughfares for your citizens to traverse. The adoring population applauds the mayor's keen instincts for city planning. You even add some lush vegetation to your city with a piece of blue chalk because you can't seem to find a more suitable color for some reason. WV, lay a chalk foundation for Cantown civic vows. You develop westward, settling those fertile plains and claiming them for your city. You section off a number of residential and commercial zones for civic votes. I can't pronounce this. Growth. Arranged in the only logical pattern that occurs to you. You color the residential zones with your piece of white chalk, but for some reason none of the colors in the box strike you as suitable for the commercial zones. Perhaps there is an alternative. Yes, the chessboard, and this is also why he can't find the color because there's no black chalk. WV, use your own P for the commercial zones. You cannot urinate because you have not had anything to drink in quite some time. You are very thirsty. Also, that is a really terrible idea and you would not consider befouling your wonderful city in that way for even a moment. WV, use motor oil to designate commercial zones. You fill each empty square with a bit of motor oil to complete the zoning. Looks rather striking to you. You can hardly imagine that an up-and-coming young and trying to make it in the world would not be delighted to live in your fair district. You are very careful not to get any of the unpleasant fluid on your person. WV, peel label from can of mayo and affix to sash. He's now the mayor. WV, survive surroundings in search of more terrain for city. It seems you have run out of territory for your western expansion, but there is still a lot of empty wall space. Perhaps your citizens would be happier with a colorful backdrops that would make them feel more at home. Using most of your imagination and an entire piece of sky blue chalk, you render a bright and cheerful sky full of clouds. You have decided that very closely orbiting your city is a luminous planet about which orbits a single moon. You switch to another shade of blue and continue rendering on the western wall. Orbiting much further from your city are 4 planets. None of these have satellites, you have decided. Yes, that makes sense, you think. Oh, this is so much foreshadowing, I love it. I didn't see it the first time I was reading it. And on the southern wall, beyond an impenetrable veil of darkness occupying the furthest orbit yet, there's an ominous planet. A moon circles this one too. Look at John in the background. WV checks the rampaging boy on the screen. Oh yeah, it's that guy. You had almost forgotten about him and his confusing shenanigans. It seems like he has things well in hand at the moment. He does not appear to need your help, and you have already concluded that he cannot help you, at least for the time being. WV, turn on the other 3 screens. Wait, there are 4 of them. He's just sleeping. We had that part. You have no idea how to turn these on. There's no mouse for this weird quadra-monitored computer. Can only be operated through text commands from its keyboard. Perhaps there's a special key or command which will allow you to switch to another monitor? WV, press tab. Oh, there are some drinks. Tab! It's tab! I get it. I've got enough puns. Oh, he's so happy about them. WV consumes several cans. You freeze a heavenly brown elixir from the jewels of pink carapace and imbibe like the wind. It is so sweet and sugary. You wonder how so much sugar can fit in one can. Whatever mighty wizard concocted this potion is truly deserving of your fear and respect. WV, welcome the West into the city. The tabs are naturalized as loyal new citizens of Cantown. All cans are welcome and equal in your city, regardless of can content and whether empty or full. It's not like emptying a can kills it or anything, they are just cans after all. WV, hit escape. But I don't think he wants to. Feeling refreshed and heavily caffeinated, you go back to work on the big computer. You hit escape, which seems to minimize the action window thingy and reveals the history of all the comments you've entered. Yeah, this is a lot. We can totally see when he's getting more polite. You use the arrow key to scroll up a bit. You can't believe how much you've already typed into the stupid contraption. What a waste of time. You scroll all the way up to your first command. It looks like there are more commands above it. Maybe someone was entering commands in the thing before you. There aren't many more. At the top of this list appears to be the very first command. WV type switch 2. This is strange. To activate screen 2. The signal is garbled and you have no idea what you are looking at. Some sort of filthy beggar pleading for help? No one is around and nothing is happening. You seem to be locked out of any sort of interaction with whatever happening on this monitor. WV type switch 3. It's another one of these rapscallions. This monitor is locked too. You can't tell him what to do. Not that you really want to, since it just looks like more confusing nonsense to you. You consider switching to screen 4, but decide against it. You have a feeling that whatever's there would just confuse you even more, and you don't even really care all that much anyway. Well, this is something that this will still happen in Dave's story, I think. Because we haven't seen that yet. WV type, home. All 4 screens activate. Together they display a countdown starting at 4 hours and 13 minutes. Oh yeah, the Homestuck number. WV type, reboot. You can't. Nothing is working anymore. The timer seems to have disabled the keyboard. WV, be the mayor. Enough of this nonsense. You are an important mayor and this absurd contraption has wasted enough of your time. You've got a city to govern with a cover-paced fist, which is to say firm yet polished and supple as the situation demands. Anyway, this will help you kill some time while you wait for that clock to count down. WV, create employment opportunities for the citizen cans. You temporarily dismantle City Hall to free up all the can power available to create a vigilant town militia. You divide them into 2 groups, marking them with distinct teams and ranks using the piece of white chalk and the motor oil. You then organize them in phalanx across the countryside, preparing for a stiff training regimen. When you are through with them, your forces will be a well-oiled machine. Chalk another one up to bold leadership. Oh god, the puns. WV, lead your man to victory. You waste more than 4 hours on this tomfoolery, okay? It's long. This is a game of chess. Yeah, checkmate, really? WE, mourn the loss of Citizen tab. Your caffeinated chittering must have agitated all the little bubbles curiously hidden in the liquid, creating too much pressure in the can. You speculate that this is why it exploded as you nervously eye the timer. You're starting to wonder what will happen when it reaches 0. Maybe it would be best not to be near it when this happens. Minutes in the future. So perhaps not a few is implied by circumstance. A peregrine mendicant trundles precious cargo beneath the gleam of the celestially ominous. Yeah. Let's look at this character for a moment. Mailboxes. WV, go outside and get some sun. You say a bittersweet goodbye to your beloved city. It is time to move on to greener pastures, by which of course you mean an arid sandy wasteland upon which nothing green has grown in years. The door shuts behind you. A panel on the door becomes illuminated. As you ponder over the marks on the panel, you hear another mechanical sound overhead. Oops, and he's trapped. The LCD panel appears to have a touchscreen interface. Hey, this is the support logo. WB, curiously brought the funny-looking spirograph. It appears the funny-looking spirograph room is locked. The floor rotates a full 360 degrees beneath you while the surrounding wall seems to stay put. WV, select the triangular fractal. The triangular fractal room does not appear to be locked. Is this good? The floor turns 120 degrees and the door opens. You go through the door to find another room. It's the same size as the other one you just wasted all the time in while the clock was ticking down to something which may or may not be your doom. Maybe there's something in here that will help you escape. Against the wall there's another perplexing contraption. Against the opposite wall is some sort of control panel which catches your eye. It has two large screens, but only one appears to be active. There are fields for numbers which appear to be modifiable with the dials to the right. Some numbers are already supplied by default, perhaps entered by the previous user. There are a few buttons below, the largest one bearing the symbol marking this room. Also, it looks like there's a meter stick popped up there for some reason. WV, attach your trusty knife to the meter stick. One moment please, I need to put some socks on, my feet are getting cold. Okay, socks are put on. You immediately craft a measuring spears to possibly the most advanced form of alchemy employed thus far. This is obviously the most important thing to do first. Obviously. Or it would obviously be the most important thing to do if you had remembered to bring your trusty knife. You feel so insecure without your trusty knife and makes you want to split your wrists. Or at the very least, block your cover place with some sort of measuring apparatus. WB, look at the other wall. You examine the perplexing contraption across the room. You of course have no idea what it could possibly do. You adopt the only obvious course of action, which is to poke and prod it with your handy ruler. You are quite sure this is what science is all about. WV, press the triangle pattern. You go back to the control panel, which probably obviously controls the gizmo, and you push the big blue button, which is obviously probably the most obvious thing to push. God, this was a tongue twister. You purify a pumpkin. WV, examine pumpkin. It seems this mysterious god was transported and purified from a specific time and location somewhere on this planet you are on. You wonder if the mission A Purifier will take any objects that exist at whatever time and location you supply. There's a symbol carved in the pumpkin. You don't know what it means, and you doubt it would ever prove to be relevant in any way. Oh, I love this. Remember the symbol, guys. Remember it. WB, the raw pumpkin. Nibble. You consider dining on the white flesh of the plump vegetable, but your curiosity about the purifier gets the better of you. You try to sneak a nibble from the pumpkin nonetheless. WB, inspect green buttons. You first examine the attractive green buttons. The icon for the one on the left is that house shape you've seen plenty of times before. The white one on closer inspection appears to be the map for this underground facility with an X marking its center. WV. Press green button on white. You push the button, all of the numbers change. Perhaps these are the coordinates for the location of the center of this facility, along with the local date and time. If this is the case, it would make a useful reference point for your current bearings. WV. Fiddle with the dials. One way to find out would be to attempt to purify something from this facility. It should be easier to zero in on a location relative to the center because you have an uncanny knack for tracking precise distances you have already traversed in whatever unit you choose. Your handy ruler gives you a good clue as to the basic unit of human measurement. You will go with that. WV. Purify your trusty knife. It worked. You nudge the coordinates very slightly and bump up the elevation by 0.5 human measurement units. You make sure to keep the time approximately what it was to begin with. You purify your trusty knife. WV. Purify can down. You nudge the numbers a bit more and purify a bunch of cans. This is so much more efficient than walking back to the other room to get some. You are to believe that time is at a premium after all. WV. Purify the pumpkin. Does this machine look like a de-purifier to you? Honestly, the idea that a purifier could both purify and de-purify things is so laughably ridiculous. You would wish someone would de-purify your brain and re-purify it with a brain that is more smart and less dumb. WV. Use trusty knife to carve spook schema in pumpkin. What the hell are you talking about? That idea makes no sense at all. It is basically meaningless. Try using that mushy stuff in your gourd next time. Instead, you just carve off the top, exposing a decadent cage of gorgeous seed-laden ambrosia. Needless to say, you consume all of it rather quickly, but it turns out to be too gross for us to watch. WV. Move spirograph switch. You cannot move it. It has a spirograph-shaped indentation and possibly will require a special kind of key to turn it. WV. Purify firefly out of the ember. It worked! Hey, it really worked! Look at her go! You release your blinky new friend. You will give her a name when something suitable whimsical occurs to you. WV. Adjust time dial to purify rotten pumpkin. The past. You and Serenity consider new ways to waste more time with the purifier. You assume she is a girl firefly, even though you are not really sure that fireflies can even be girls. You target the extremely tasty rotten pumpkin that was sitting in the other room hours ago. It seems a purifier cannot purify something if it will create a time paradox. A gelatinous ghost pumpkin purifies and quickly dissolves into a pile of unappetizing sludge. WV. Purifies a grate over the entrance to the facility. Serenity blinks a message of urgency. You nearly forgot that while trapped in amber, she was witness to all your tomfoolery and dilly-dallying in the other room and knows the timer is about to expire. It is time to get this show on the road and escape. You reset the coordinates with the white-green button again, and this time only adjust the elevation by approximately 10 human measurement units. Interesting, what did just purify? WV. Hasten to the exit post-haste. Taking all the cans with him, Hurry up! Is this really necessary? It is incredibly silly. Psych? Oh, wait. Unpsych. You attempt the rare and highly dangerous 5x cliffhanger combo and fail. We are doing it, man. We are making this happen. WV Ascent. God, I love all this music so much. The early acts had so good music. All along. A continent westward. And years in the past, but not many. Ocean westward, and years in the past, but not many. But not many was crossed out. Did he fight with Shaving Queen? Did I see this right? No, you are not supposed to follow all this. This is something that you will only get after a reread, really. I promise, this is all really important, but you won't get any of this yet. Okay, I will leave you thinking about this for a minute while I use the bathroom. Okay, I'm back, and I can say Homestuck kinda falls into place somewhere. You're getting like all the puzzle pieces, but you probably forget all of it when it falls into place, so it's probably a really good idea to watch all the videos once it's finished again and see all the amazing foreshadowings it's actually do. End of Act 2. Yes, we got to Act 2. Dear John, Colonel Sesaka. You no doubt reading this as a handsome and strapping young man. Why, the man would needed to lift the book is a sign of your maturity, not even to speak of the wisdom needed to grasp the nuance of Sesaka's timeless mischief. I am so proud of you, grandson. How I wish I could have delivered this heirloom to you in the flesh. But I'm afraid it wasn't in the cards, for you see, John, like you, this book must yet take a journey. Its journey will end on the final day of my life, and even then will continue some, so I suppose it will be up to your father. Perhaps he will discuss it with you one day when he and you are ready. But it is your journey I am writing about, to wish you luck. There will come a day when you will be thrust into another world, and once you arrive, that is only the beginning. You will soon delve even deeper into a realm of warring royalty and a timeless expanse. A realm of agents and exiles and consorts and colonel sprites, of toiling underlings and slumbering denizens. A realm where four will gather, the ear of breath and seer of light, the night of time and witch of space, and together they will ascend. John, if only you knew how important you were. I regret my passing came so early in your life, and yet I feel in my heart we have already met. But what I know for sure is that we will meet again. Until then, Joan, I do hope your father keeps you well fed. With love, Nana. P.S. Ho, ho, ho. Act 3. A silly girl naps by her flowers. It is quite likely that she tired herself out with a variety of silly antics as silly girls are often known to do. She may have a silly name too, or maybe not. It is hard to say for sure without asking her. But since she's slumbering peacefully, it would be a shame to wake her up. You might as well just give her a name right now. Enter name. Farmstink Butless. I guess her name is Farmstink. Wake up. You try to roust Farmstink from her slumber, but she is really down for the count. It looks like she is holding some sort of note. Retrieve arms from. They are right there, in plain sight. Look, they are flashing red. Drop pumpkin on Farmstink. What pumpkin? You've seen your pumpkin, and frankly, it is hard to imagine there ever was a pumpkin, in plain sight or otherwise. Anyway, that would be a really terrible thing to do to poor, sweet Farmstink. Read note. Farmstink, that is incredibly silly and a little bit rude. My name is... Try again. Jade Harley. See, I told you we were coming to Jade soon. She's awake. Examine room. Your name is Jade. You have just woken from a restful nap. And as usual, you have no recollection of having fallen asleep. You have quite a number of interests, so many in fact you have trouble keeping track of them all, even with an assortment of colorful reminders on your fingers to help you sort out everything on your mind. Nevertheless, when you spend time in your garden atrium, the only thing on your mind is your deep passion for horticulture. What will you do? Plants, plants, plants everywhere. Oh, Jade is a lot of fun. So now we met all of the 4 main characters. You can me or tell at the end which one of them do you like the most so far. It's Jade. Oh, why did I read this? Jade, play a silly flute refrain. Oh, I have to click. Oh, I have to play. Oh my god, this is terrible. Oh, you really suck at this thing. Maybe you should try playing an instrument you actually know how to play instead, like the one in your bedroom. Honestly, you have no idea where this flute even came from. Things seem to appear and disappear around here all the time, especially to your under-ending chagrin, any sort of large orange gourd that might be lying around. You consider throwing the flute down in disgust. Jade, capture log flute. On second thought, it was a perfectly nice flute and there is no reason to take your frustration out on it. Just need some practice. But for her capture log the flute, you will need to set your fetch modus first. Jade, set modus. All over above the mouse. You have a variety of fetch mode to choose from. You were really excited when your grandpa bought you this modus set for Christmas. He's a total badass, even with a little strict. You typically opt for the memory modus when it comes to matter of day-to-day practicality. Memory, what do we have? Operation, Guess Who, Future, Battleship, Jenga, Connect 4, Clue, Yahtzee, Monopoly, Pictionary. I would use Jenga mode. Yes, Jenga mode. This sounds like a fun mode. Jade, select memory. You set your modus to memory and capture log the flute. You allot 9 cards to the modus from your deck, since it will be more than enough for your needs at the moment. The modus grabs 9 more cards for matching purposes. The flute is split up on 2 blank cards and mixed randomly into the grid. To retrieve the items, you must first pick 1 card and then pick its matching card. For the typical silly deck, this modus represents a frustrating guessing game and a lot of wasted time on mismatching. But you like it, because you seem to have a knack for always guessing right on the first try. Jade, squeal like a piglet and fertilize some plants. It is an awful silly idea and is basically a waste of everyone's time. You will predictably disregard the thought and focus on more sensible objectives at once. Oh my god, this is so much fun! You capture like the fertilizer. You capture like the burr The bag of fertilizer. Jade, consult colorful reminders. You tend to have a lot of things on your mind at once, and you can be a little forgetful, so you keep a variety of colored strings on your fingers as reminders. Each one means there's something different to remember at a certain time. In fact, looking at your index finger reminds you that there's something important to remember now. It's your friend John's birthday. The green string reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today. The blue string also reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today, so in a way that means something slightly different. You are further reminded that you have some things to do outside your house soon, but you should stop by your room first for some supplies, and most importantly, to see if John is online and wish him a happy birthday. You like Jade already? Yes, she's very fun. Jade, capture logs a pumpkin growing next to you. You snap up the pumpkin, which seems suitable right for the taking. Hopefully, the safety of your Silodex will prevent it from being spirited away like so many of its ephemeral predecessors. Jade exits this room. Is he exiting? This is not a GIF, okay. You make your way to the middle of the garden atrium, where a stairwell joins the 4 atrium rings. Upstairs is your grandfather's laboratory, as well as your bedroom. Jade, capture log something. Memory modus has hardly any fun without much stuff in it, so you decide to stock up on fresh produce to fill some more cards. You pick a juicy red crab apple. You go pick a nice looking key lime. Why do they have faces? Then a delicious mandarin orange. Those are your favorite. And finally, a ripe yellow Eureka lemon. Modus fun aside, you feel it is impossible to have too many fresh fruits and vegetables on hand. Jade, go upstairs to bedroom. You almost never use the stairs. It's just teleporting. Yeah, we know this symbol. We know it now. This means teleporting, or I guess we are calling it a purify here. Transportalize it's called. Okay, you transportalize upstairs, just above is your room. Jade, ascend. You enter your bedroom. On this side of the room, you are immediately confronted with numerous artifacts highlighting your various interests. You are an avid follower of cartoon shows of considerable nostalgic appeal. You have a profound zeal for marvelous and fantastical fauna of an anthropomorphical persuasion. You have an uncanny knack for nuclear physics and not infrequently can be found dabbling in rather advanced gadgetry. You enjoy sporadic fits of narcolepsy. Your love of gardening transcends the glass confines of your atrium, and you are at times prone to patterns of precognitive prognostication. You consider very briefly the question, what will you do? But you quickly realize that there's only one half of your room, and the server host to only half of your interests to choose from. Jade, explore the other half of your room. Over here there are yet more articles of your aforementioned interests and then some. Additional telltale signs of your enthusiasm for nostalgic television mingle with your assortment of game-hunting firearms. You are a skilled markswoman, so your crosshairs would never settle on an innocent creature, anthropomorphically persuaded or otherwise. I need to drink something, sorry. Your work table is littered with equipment to facilitate your tinkering. For you, experimentation is not a particular exact science, and you lean heavily on sharp intuition for consistently and eerily optimal results. Nevertheless, you have still not been able to get that broad, flat gizmo there to work. It is a design you have borrowed from one of your grandpa's more mysterious inventions. You are a great admirer of his, and you are not alone. Your grandfather is a world-renowned explorer, naturalist, treasure hunter, archaeologist, scientist, adventurer, big game hunter, billionaire extraordinaire. He has taught you everything you know. But in spite of all his lessons, it is still difficult to escape his stern lectures when you are on the way out of the house to run your errands. He spends most of his time on the Grand Foyer, stewing in his own intensity and charisma. Yeah, I would love to transportalize too. And today will likely be no exception. Among the errands you have planned is to venture out to find your pet and best friend named Becquerel. This animal must be fed, and he will not be happy if he is not. And if he is not happy, then you will not be happy. But first, you really should dig out your computer and say hi to John now. What will you do? Jade, quickly retrieve firearms from wall. Rifle kind. You equip your trusty hunting rifle, there would be hell to pay if Granddad caught you leaving the house without it. Jade, wonder why the design on your shirt changed. Yeah, it changed. There isn't much to wonder, really. You left the wardrobe fire on its randomization setting. You may contemplate which shirt design you favor the most and commit to that setting in the near future. Jade, capture log nearest Whittle's doll and hug it. Just before you can grab one, the powerful electric magnets concealed in the underbellies become activated and two of them get all tangled up with each other playfully. Tangle buddies, and she's so happy about it. You capture log the tangle buddies. Jade, lose interest in fauna and never speak of it again. Oh, but you could never do that. What marvelous creatures they are. What a daring dream to combine the finest qualities of humanity with the elegance and nobility of the animal kingdom. How you wish you could know the word, to hear one night those muted paw-pads traipse up your stairs. A low but friendly growl unsettles your slumber, and as the soap proceeds from your eyes, they detect a sharp pair of ears cutting moonlight, a mysterious woven tongue invites. Wouldn't this ear suit you? Would not this proud long snout assist you in the hunt? Sorry, I just got a revelation. No need to answer. Words slow from the busy mind like a useless dead membrane as a more whiskable sapience takes over. Something simpler is in charge now. It's like, be careful with what you say. Something simpler is in charge now, a force untouched by the concern and burdens of the uptight that partial yoke the Bible in tow. It now drives you through the midnight rush. Your paws whisking through creepers, unearthing with each bold warm stripe, stomp white odors demanding investigation. But not for long, as you and your new friend must claim the night with piercing howls moonward. You eat the word bug and don't even care. She's in the early furry stage. Guys, please, I can't spoiler you stuff. Jade, pick up your toys. Speaking of it, you pick up and admire one of your Menfo chaps. They are wonderful friends and are always cheerful and pleasant fellows. Why, dear Mr. Coxcomb, however will you be received at the Barnyard Gala without the trappings of a proper gentleman? Each Mentor chap comes with a number of accessories, including articles of formal attire, a vaccination kit, and a dishwasher-safe slop straw. Jade, organize all your dolls. You gather all your dolls into a rather cozy-looking pile. Omelette, if you're still around, can you give them a context-free spoiler? Jade, change wardrobe fire setting. You deactivate the wardrobe fire's randomization mode and set it to cycle through these three shirt designs. The decision was tough, but you think you came to the best possible conclusion. Know the thing about the furry. But this was a good out-of-context spoiler. So they wanted to have Spirograph, Atom, and Sun. Jade, look out window. Green's little ghost. This is from John, really. It is another beautiful day in your neighborhood. It is peaceful and quiet as usual. A weather-imposing volcano looms over your house, which has been inactive for centuries. So dormant on the surface, the volcanic activity deep underground provides your house with a source of geothermal power. You're not sure why your grandfather decided to draw from the source of energy when he had the unlimited power of the atom at his disposal, but it has been this way for as long as you can remember. You have chalked it up to your family's long-standing propensity for electric fursuits. Wait, you mean pursuits. Jade, retrieve fursuit from Magic Chest. What is this nonsense about fursuits? You do not own a fursuit. You think anthropomorphic fauna are really cute and enchanting and all, but it has never occurred to you to dress as one. Sure, it is fun to imagine what it would be like to run wild with a pack of wolves, or purr and frolic with a litter of kittens. But dressing up as an animal just seems ridiculous. It would still just be a weird, silly girl wrapped in a raggedy synthetic tufty piece of web. And seriously, who are you trying to kid with that sort of baloney? Anyway, it is not a magic chest, it is your gadget chest, which you have adapted for storing a number of useful gizmos. It was once your oracle's trunk, a gift from my grandfather, of course, and still contains many silly fortune-telling knickknacks, all of which are completely bogus. Jade, open chest. There are a lot of things in here. Among the fortune-telling knickknacks are these items: a crystal ball, plus compulsory velvet pillow, a tarot deck, a magic 8 ball, a magic cue ball, and one of your favorite books of all time, Problem Zoos. Among the useful gizmos are of course your computer, which you keep inside a fun lunchbox for easy transport, and a couple of gizmos you keep handy so you don't always have to make the long trip to the kitchen. There's a cooker laser for preparing delicious meals, and a refrigerator, a name which clearly is a wacky variation of the much more common household item. What? I can't pronounce this. The comic itself is calling us out, yes. Jade, examine magic 8 ball and magic shoe ball. These things are stupid and useless, not exactly. And the magic 8 ball isn't being frustratingly ambiguous. Its forecast is always wrong. You have tested it numerous times with certain facts you know to be true. This is its reply when you ask if it's your friend's John's birthday today. See? Stupid. You guess maybe it could be used as a reverse prediction device and always trust the opposite of what it says, but that seems dumb to you. And anyway, the thing gives you a bad vibe. You might consider smashing it, but you are a little superstitious about whatever ominous consequences it might have, even if the occult talisman in question is a cheap piece of garbage. The magic shoe ball, on the other hand, is said to make predictions with alarming precision and specificity. Unfortunately, it lacks a portal on its surface that allows you to reuse the prediction. You put both of these pieces of junk back in the box. Jade, capture log refrigerator. You take the refrigerator, you might as well grab the cooker laser too. No portable kitchen is complete without it. You take your lunch top too, because obviously you're going to be using that pretty soon. Oops, there goes your flute, but who cares? Yeah, the flute is done. Jade, feed your friend. Before you go out to feed back, you will need to prepare a meal for him. Clear some space in your work table so you can set up your refrigerator and cooker laser. Just for fun, Jade allows you to take a step at matching the cards to use the gizmos. Doesn't present much of a challenge for her, so she figures she might as well step aside while providing a few generous hints. No, warmer, cooler, cold, warmer. Yes, no, cold, ice cold, warmer. Yeah, this is happening without my input. Your face. I think this is in loop. You have selected the key line. Way to go. Try again. Hot. Wait. No, cold. Really cold. Frozen fucking tundra. Take another crack at this. Congratulations, you advanced your matching skill to the new level. Yukon Hero, Legacy of the Frostbite amputee. Jade is beginning to regret breaking the fourth wall for this ill-advised escapade. Okay, one more time. If it were known in advance how terrible you were going to be at this matching game, the author may have given second thought to preparing this cool interactive Flash application. Look at all the fruits on the loose. Good luck trying to settle them down. Yeah, we actually can't do anything here, so this is all already over. I guess this is what the readers actually selected. You just deploy the gadget yourself. Hello, Clara. Jade, stick foods in the refrigerator to keep them fresh. These foods are unlikely to become less impudent anytime soon, regardless of where they are stored, but you stick them in anyway. You take a look at the refrigerator's rotary interface. You wonder what he is in the mood for today. Jade, press the steak button. Okay, well, it's a rotary dialer, so there are no buttons to press, but whatever, that doesn't really matter. You dial up a thick T-bone steak, which your Schubeck is in the mood for because he is in the mood for steak every day, and is never in the mood for anything else. But he does like a steak well cooked. Jade, lightly irradiate steak. Oh my god, I think my chat was offline. If you said anything, I probably haven't seen it. Okay, it's back. Saw, cook, irradiate, and nuclear fusion. You would prefer his steak rare after all, but you will not dignify the thought of turning the knob much further because you are not retarded. I suddenly have a massive PB&J craving. What is PB&J? Peanut butter and jelly? Peanut butter, I mean. You capture the irradiated steak and save it for your trip outside. You probably shouldn't waste much more time. You wouldn't want all those nice depleted steak isotopes to settle down. Something about the combination of word future take combined with a word of ridiculous peak comedy. It is, truly. Jade, examine the atomic bass by your bed. You wouldn't exactly call it an atomic bass, but it is heavily customized to accommodate a high level of musical virtuosity, the perfect instrument for the electrically spirited. You've turned the strings way down, of course, because your stumpy arms can't reach the low notes. You switch your electric bass to its advanced setting, but you promptly switch it back, since obviously it's too complicated to play it in person like this. The default setting is your preferred mode for casual jamming. And since you can't possibly waste enough time playing music, casually jam is exactly what we are gonna do. Play a hauntily relaxing bass line. Even the plants like it. Well, is a video from earlier making a bit more sense now? Yeah, I love the photorealism and the sprite style. Later the art's getting a little bit updated, so... Jade, capture log bass. You take the portable AMP from the wall socket too. Jade, open laptop. You like to make yourself comfy in your plushie pile before getting down to business with your computer. Oh, this is awesome, I also want to sit in my plushie pile. Jade, get down to business. This looks like something out of Tron. Yeah, this looks very Tron. Jade, activate Pester Jam. Hey look, John is online, hooray! Also, it looks like Dave pestered you about something yesterday, but you missed it. Also, let's look at here for a moment. We have Jumbo, Ectobiologist, John, Tentacle Therapist, Rose, Tentacle Dave, and then we have the Troll Slum, where we have Carcinogeneticist, Erecting Script from Armageddon's Terminally Capricious, and I can't read this one. Now these polygons were kinda Tron-like. Jade, Pester John. You greet John, but he does not respond. He is undoubtedly gallivanting around his house in a state of barely restrained burstiness. He may also be retrieving the 2 packages and the 2 envelopes which you are certain came in the mail for him earlier. You still wait a little while and see if he returns before you head out. Hi, happy birthday, John. Jade, see if Dave left you a sweet new whip. It does not appear so, but you just never know with that crazy and cool guy. So cool. TG began pestering Garden Gossip GG 2009 Fort 12 2340. Hey, oh, you're asleep again, aren't you? Or do you even know if you are? I still don't know how that works. It's like nothing means anything. It's a cool getting hella jumped by your coquettish damn riddles all the time. I don't know why I believe anything you say. I'm like the Grand Marshal of Ross Jumphatch. Waving around my faculty, jumped Dr. Baton, Assistant Director of Jumpography, celebrated author Ernest Jumping Way. Wait, weak. Jumper still skins Jumper Dip Chip. Yeah, you asleep? Yes, no. ASL. S equals species. Baboon. Kangaroo Rat. Kangaroo Rat, you've twice, please. Kale, well, you're not saying anything, so I guess whether you're non-awake or unasleep, Or whatever, you are just not around and I'm wasting good material. Even worse, I'm wasting a killer persona here. Like, I don't know, like a wide open V-shaped leotard and a fuck ton of body paint. Some like sinewy back arcing Cirque du Soleil looking motherfucker. Always low to the ground, getting a good roll on. Like I dropped my keys in dark. Nimble son of a bitch who had the gumption to glue a nasty pair of latex cat lips to his face. For a reason that wasn't a joke. Jade, hey, where are you? Seriously? I'm sitting here tonight with a fucking bag of Gibble jacked open on my lap and primed for goddamn beer. And you a gun, bitch. By the way, my name is Equid Promask, hardest butter in the jungle, tempered steel. Hey, yeah, just wanted to give you this remix I finished here. Turned Goddess and Garden Gnostic File Explorer remix MP3. Oh yeah, you don't have to spend any of that, by the way. I probably forgot half the shit I said anyway. Talk to you tomorrow. Jade, open fresh jams. Let's listen. This is actually some of the music that we already heard in the comic. Do you remember this was a haunting piano solo? It's just a little remix from Dave. He opens the Fresh Gems media player and add Dave's remix to the playlist. Potential word and see. I think I like this version better. Oh god, what? Oh, this is a fun one. This is more fun. Is this getting somewhere? If looking up that oh god what remix on YouTube later. You will find all the Homestuck music on YouTube, don't worry. Even the ones that never made it in the comic. Crystal and Tennis. Oh, this could be Super Mario 64 vibes. Oh, Clara. She's putting her head in my elbow crook. I remember this leitmotif. Oh, this is Explore 1. I like that they always put the music here. And say you made it, by the way, if you click on them, you are getting to the music page. You also actually made the music page here. And you can listen to them, yeah, and even go to the page where they are featured. Let's listen to the song until it's gone, and then go to the next page. Reminds me of the same musical collections they used to make. Do you mean like generic or in a certain way? Jade, open Ignitna and go to emmaspaintadventures.com. It begins to dawn on you that everything you just did may have been a colossal waste of time and intermission. You open your web browser and visit MSPA. You navigate to a random page in the middle of the latest epic. Looks like he was just finishing up some sort of weird tangential intermission here. Whatever it was, it clearly advanced the plot in no relevant way whatsoever. End intermission. Oh my god, are we already here? Are we at the Midnight Crew intermission? Oh god. I wasn't thinking it was coming sad soon. So, this is where I have some issues with Homestuck. This intermission is actually super duper important for the plot, but it comes at a time where it makes no sense at all. We are now, for a while, will be reading a completely different comic before it makes sense. Hello, Spade Slicks, we will spend a lot of time with you now. Yeah, there will be a lot of shenanigans here. Time shenanigans, to be precise. Like, when you read it for the first time, you are wondering a lot. It will be a lot more fun if you know the context, but the thing is I can't spoil you the context, and this is so upsetting. You've killed a little time, but still no sign of John. Oh, we are not yet at the intermission? Okay, but it will come, I know it. Jade, pester Dave. Garden Gnostic began pestering Turnpike Godhead at 2009 4:30, 12:36. Hi Dave. Hey Sub. Not much sub with you, bro. Hehehe. Haha, good one. It's alright being chill, I guess you know how it goes. Great. Feeling cool today, Mr. Cool Guy? Oh man, you know it. So cool. You know shit is ice cold up in here. Shit is big bananas, I'm telling you. So have you talked to John today? Yeah, we were just talking a while ago about how he sucks at the Sylladex. Can you believe he uses stacks? That kid is ridiculous. Lol, well that doesn't sound like much fun. What was it you use again? Wait, never mind. I forgot, whenever we talk about your goofy moduses I get a migraine. What do you want with John? I want to tell him a happy birthday and ask him about his birthday package. Oh yeah, I was being sort of cagey and told him to check the mail because I was wondering if mine came yet. I think it did. Yeah, and I think mine came too. So, I guess you want to know if he likes it or something? No, he will not open it. He will lose it. Oh, wow, sorry to hear that, I guess. No, it's good actually, because he will find it again later when he really needs it. Which of course is why I sent it in the first place. See, like, I never get how you know these things. I don't know, I just know that I know. Alright. Anyway, I have to go. I have to feed back, which is always a bit of an undertaking. Man, if I were you, I would just take that fucking devil beast out behind the woodshed and blow its head off. I don't think I could if I tried. Yeah, say hi to your granddad for me too, okay? Yes, I guess an encounter with him is almost certain. It is usually intense. Well, yeah, isn't it always with family? But he sounds like a total badass. Yeah, he totally is. Anyway, gotta go. See ya! Well, now I got the goofy moduses comment, yes. Oh, Dave Stripes, this is one of my favorites. Clara. Actually, let's look Dave torturing a little while longer because I want to listen to the music. Yes, it's a stage leitmotiv. Okay. Rose is online. Jade, Pester Rose. I require a font of frightfully accurate yet infuriatingly non-specific information. Do you know where I can find a wellspring of the sort? Aha, yes, okay, but we can't talk for long. You have plans? Well, yes, I do, but it's just that you will lose your internet connection soon. We won't talk again for a pretty long time. Not until you enter. Enter? Yeah. This is what I was talking about. This was the itch that needed scratching. My arrow-wise was inscrutable. It is limitless. Well, what did you want to know? You've been insisting today was a big day. You would all play a game you didn't know the name of. A game you said I'd get in the mail and did. One that would help me answer some questions. What's Trader is being obtuse. I can't get John at his computer. You don't even have the game yourself, and on top of all that, my internet is unstable. So are you sure today is the day? There sure are a lot of challenges, but yes, I'm sure. Dave is cool. You know he will come around when the time is right. He just has a lot of work to do first, and so do you. You need to keep searching for a stable signal and power source. It will be hard, but don't give up. And don't worry about me either. Focus on playing with John first. It all starts with you two. Is there nothing else you can say to prepare me for this? I'm sure you think little of blithely upsetting dark forces with Grandpa Moreau over there on Helmorder Island, but honestly, I've only read a few books on it. Haha, Dark, that's ridiculous. I don't really know what to tell you other than it's not going to be what you think it is. And most importantly, you will have your questions answered, but they will be the ones you haven't thought to ask yet. Just be patient and be brave, you'll see. It will be fun. Uh-oh, looks like you get to go. Take care, Rose. Tentacle Therapist sees Pestering Garden Gnostic at 12:54. Jade, be the other girl. You are now the other girl several hours in the future. It appears a secret passage in the mausoleum has been opened. It's getting awfully toasty in here. You gather up your belongings, including your dead cat. Rose, decent. Jade, stop being the other girl and pester John again. You've spent enough time for now concerning yourself with the future of your friends. John will not be available until later. By then, he will have his hands full, as will you. You pack up your lunch top and get ready to take care of some business downstairs. Jade, decent. Try as you might, you can't stop your mind from drifting to the fate of your friends. You dwell on the particular configuration of reminders on your finger. There's no music here. Ah, no. But I love the music. Love the choice of weapons. We are watching a lot of children being tortured here today. About two, huh? Yeah, it's a loop. Also in the future. But years, not hours, under bare white branches as century wakens. Nom 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 nom. Oh, she's upset about that. Oh god, not another walkthrough. Some stuff about capture codes and punch card alchemy. Okay guys, I don't really want to read all of this because this is just what we already saw. It's just like she explains what we already saw, so let's just move on and skip this page. SM, and there's an accent. You enter the laboratory. Rose, look for mad scientists. There are no scientists to be found, matter otherwise, or anyone for that matter. The lab appears to be deserted. There's a kiosk, though. Wow, this is big. Looks like the kiosk monitors the lab's enormous hub grid. Jade, transpose the lights as far down as you can go. This is as far down as you can go. The Grand Foyer is still a few floors down, but the transportalizer on that level is blocked by one of Grandpa's impressive big game trophies. You just don't think he would cotton to someone moving it. Speaking of which, here are some of his trophies now. He has 1 million of these ghastly things. You really dislike them. Jade, proceed. You hop down a level. Granddad also likes to accumulate valiant knights from his travels. These are pretty cool, you guess? Yes, knights are cool. Knights are so cool, we all agree. Jade, keep going. Why is it now the color changes? Oh yeah, how could you forget about a stash of decrepit mummies? God, you hate these things. Jade, don't stop. Portraits of women, all of them blue. This is your grandfather's collection of what he refers to as his beauties. No lovely lady will be fit for his collection unless the proprietor has spent at least 20 years preaching in the front window of a beauty parlor, a sort of establishment he's plundered no less frequently than ancient tombs. You guess they were sort of like your sisters while growing up, and you were always encouraged to look up to them. They are all awfully pretty ladies, you suppose, but it was always hard to get as excited about them as Grandpa. Jade, study hard and keep your rifle at the ready. When adventure summons, I know you will rise to the task and take your rightful place among the daughters of Eclectica. That old cool shoe is a bag of wind. Jade, complete your descent. I have the feeling we already saw this one a few pages ago. You reach the ground level. This is a stupid thing blocking the transportalizer. It is unspeakably hideous. Down the southeast hall is a grand foyer. You have to cross to it to leave the house. This house is really, really big. Looks like someone's pestering you, even though you thought you locked off. Jade, answer. Carcinogenesis CG began trolling Gardenostic GG at 1304. Hi again, idiot. Oh no! So I guess today is finally the day you fuck everything up. Is there nothing I can do to change your mind? You can leave me alone. How can you even be talking to me after I blocked you? And after I logged out? You don't get that I'm better and smarter than you in every way forever. You don't get that, because you're incredibly stupid. I get that you are a jerk and you should shut up. Goodbye, you jerk. Gnostic blocked carcinogenesis at 1306. Rose, look at that kiosk. Looks like a mapping of each hub's index. It appears one of the hubs was recently unlocked. Rose, go to the center and do a goofy dance. At the center, you find a little stage that looks perfect for supporting a spectacular silly dance, so it would if standing on it didn't make you a little nervous. And although that didn't sound like a retarded idea given the circumstances, it looks sort of like the warrior's contraptions you've been deploying in John's house. You wonder what it does. Ah, trolls, I'm sure that won't be relevant later. Yes. Rose, attempt to plug laptop into nearby hub. Did you forget about the tree modus? Oh my god, the cat! Great, you just vaporized your dead cat. Oh well, ashes to ashes, you guess. There's got to be a better way to deal with this lousy tree. Rose, examine fetch modus. Looks like you can choose between picking leaves or awkwardly uprooting the whole tree as you've been doing. You select leaf. You also turn off auto balance since its consequences can be a little mystifying sometimes. You gather up all your items again in order that places your laptop in a conveniently accessible leaf. You're not sure why you didn't do this a lot sooner. Kind of a funny looking tree now, but your concern for structural elegance is at an all-time low. Rose finds the unlocked hub. As long as you're going to plug in your computer, you might as well find the hub. Here it is, hub SN lab 0413. For certain again. It is unlocked and thus removable from the grid. You suspect this was the same beacon transmitting the unsecured signal you were using earlier. You pick the laptop leaf from the tree. Oh, this looks kinda cute. Can we watch it again? Yes. This is kinda satisfying. You plug your laptop into the hub, then capture lock the hub and then the laptop. There must be a better place around here to set up your computer. This huge grid of electronics is sort of uninviting. You look around. Hey, what's that? It's another one of those ominous countdowns. You didn't notice it when you first entered the lab about a minute ago. It looks like this one may have been ticking for years. Whatever it's ticking down to, there isn't much time. You can only hope that when you turn on your computer again, there will be a connection invitation from one Mr. Strider. Again in the future. Skynet. And es tippt Licht in, 3 minutes. Another timer winds down sideways. On the mailboxes. Dave, absent. Abscond. Can't abscond, will bound to. So watching this, I was absolutely sure that Dave Sprower is an absolute madman and pretty much very abusive to Dave. I warned you about stairs, bro. I told you, dog. It keeps happening. Epic fight montages, epic music, yeah, I love these animations. I sometimes watch them just because. What does? You don't have time to humor every random thought that pops into your head. The clock is ticking. Rose, look around for anything else of importance. This looks like something of importance. Oh my god. It appears to be Skynet's primary session terminal, monitoring a great number of suburb sessions in the northeastern United States and parts of Canada. Upon further investigation, you draw some logical conclusions. It looks like each session consists of an IP address and a physical location. The colored dots on the map appear to be meteor impact sites. It seems each session corresponds with a meteor, but not all meteors have sessions. The color of the dot appears to indicate the status of the meteor's descent. The red dots indicate meteors that have already landed. Yellow dots are imminent collisions, green will impact later, and blue will take the longest to touch down. You use the panel to center on your present location and zoom in. Surrounding the lab are of course hundreds of smaller meteors that have been raining down steadily throughout the evening. Most of these meteorites have either landed already or will shortly. Centered over the lab is a significantly larger imminent collision. You can't say precisely how imminent, but you could certainly take an adequate step at it. Just southwest of the lab, centered suspiciously near the location of your house, is an even larger looming collision, so this one appears slightly less imminent. The terminal looks like it can monitor any meteor accession around the world. Search filters can be applied as well, restricting the source based on size, time for impact, location, and so on. You zoom way out and narrow the search based on size. The two at the top of the list appear to be the biggest by far. You examine only the coordinates. The second biggest is centered over US City. The biggest by a landslide is, luckily for the Earth you suppose, way out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Rose, turn on your laptop and check on John. You plug the laptop into the hub again and turn it on. It is now powered and connected to the wireless signal the hub is broadcasting. Your suburb session reconnects. No sign of John here. You wonder why the house is shaking. Last time you saw him, he was on one of the roof platforms. You will have to navigate via the suburbs interface to find him. Rose, ascent. Yeah, navigate. I love the miraculous kid take. Skylars a bit too witchical here. John, high five Nanakin. Just the average Dark Souls boss fight. Nana says stay away from my grandson. Yes, she said that. Left hanging long enough. Good work, John. Good work, John. Oh hey, you're back. For now, I'll have to leave again shortly. Look like there's another large meteor headed for my present location. Oh, so you mean Dave connected with you? Not yet. I'll explain later, but I think I've determined that activating the timer in the game is not directly responsible for summoning a meteor to your location. The countdown seems merely to exist as a kind of warning to the player, as well as a strange coincidence. Okay, I don't really think I get it. Is this relevant? Probably not at the moment, and certainly not to you. I have to go. Okay, later. P.S. Try not to waste too much of the grist while I'm gone. Jump, Leipzig Eckeladder. He's now Boy Skylark. You walked up the Eckeladder to the dizzying heights of the vaunted Boy Skylark one. Your new feather is hard-earned and well-deserved, and alarmingly fashionable. John, collect fat loots. You and your chimeric porcolo rejoice in the amount of wealth yielded from your meteoric ascent up the ladder. You are still not sure what all these boon dollars can actually get you, but when pulling in such insane loot hand over fist like this, you cares, not you. John, pick up as much grist as you can hold. Your expanded cage limit is more than enough to accommodate the grist windfall. Gather up 2,260 pieces of build grist, 1,040 pieces of shale, 490 drops of tar, and 350 drops of mercury. You can't wait to find out what amazing items this new supply of grist will be just barely insufficient to produce. Called out. Oh god, there's grist glitter down there too. Those stupid ogres were like huge grist pinatas. One of those big cell-grip electric holocaust food gushers jammed in the hole in the platform. You guess there's only one way to get it. John, don't forget your book. It is your birthright. You ought to give it a read when you have a moment, particular the first several pages. Okay, Nana, I will. Hey, Nana. Yes, dear. Since I'm trying to get up to the gate, and since you can sort of conjure floating bed and throw me around it all, couldn't you just throw me up to the gate? Yes, of course, John, but that would not serve your purpose well. There's a very good reason why you should build up to it, and then keep building. Oh, okay, I guess that's what I figured. So just one more thing. Do you think that instead of telling me exactly why that is with a clear explanation, you can give me a series of really coy riddles about it and then sort of giggle? John, you're a very fresh young man. Your father has done such a wonderful job raising you. I'm so proud of you both. I guess. When you pass through the first gate, everything will change. You will find the place where the constellations dance beneath the clouds. And then your true work may begin. Ho, ho, ho. I suddenly understand everything. Elsewhere, we find the place where a kingdom lies entrenched beyond an impenetrable veil of darkness. So, and I think this is a pretty good way to stop. So, I hope you enjoyed this session. Next time I'm doing Mother's 3 again. Well, and then we will see each other in 2 weeks. I hope you have a good night or a good day. And see you again.